the rest perhaps, and for a long period of time. But Mueller is...
Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to have some fun. We're going to see if the DA wants to live up to the law of the land, huh? So, where's that phone number going? Contact, okay. There's the phone number. On the LADA, it's 2:07 p.m., 2/28/19.
Good afternoon, District Attorney's Office.
Yes, I'd like to know if the District Attorney's Office believes in Brady versus Maryland and your obligations that you state yourselves to provide exculpatory evidence. Are you guys believe in following that law down there?
I believe so, sir.
Okay, then why aren't you doing it? And I want to ask you this. Are you familiar with Section 271 of the 2009 City Charter where it's illegal for the DA to prosecute misdemeanors? Are you aware of that? Any misdemeanor committed inside the city of LA. Are you aware of that one?
Yes, sir.
Why have you allowed 1.2 million illegal prosecutions over the last 10 years? Because I have, from the probation department, and for the last 5 years myself, the DA prosecuted me and 1.2 million others in misdemeanors. Now I'm recording a call. Now tell me, why are you allowing that to happen?
I can't answer that, sir.
Maybe you better give me to Jackie Lacey then, huh? Because this is George Bazzetti, and she's directly handling my case for the last 5 years. Because it's about high government officials and Chief Beck committing felonies on me by erasing the audio of the 5/5/15 Police Commission meeting. And you people, for 5 years refusing my evidence. Do you hear me, dude?
I hear you.
Now you better get to me as somebody responsible, because I'm going to court tomorrow, and you're going to try to do me a job after I just embarrassed the hell out of the chief presiding judge, Kevin Brazil, Tuesday. I made him run from the room. And you've allowed the present public defender, Ricardo the Lawless Garcia, to be put into office illegally. Are you aware of that? We're a goddamn lawless society. Now get me somebody responsible at your filthy place, because I'm wiping you all over the floor as it is. I got you guys hard, man. My website is called by GoDaddy one of the highest content websites of 34 million, and it's all about you guys. And you know, the DOJ's here in town, right? Well, my friend's the one that filed the lawsuit that brought him in. And since they fuse investigations, I recently found out that I sent him about 15,000 pages of documents on you people about the time that he filed the thing.
Good afternoon, District Attorney's Office.
You made a bad move, bud, hanging up on me. Now you get to me to somebody responsible. I recorded this stuff and I'm putting you up. You're already with the DOJ. How much worse do you want to make it, buddy?
What else do you need, sir? Where could I...
You better give me to somebody responsible for taking care of business there, and that's not you.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
And who am I talking to?
Who do you want to speak to, sir?
Who are you first?
This is the information window. How can I help you?
Oh, this guy is really a joker. Your information for who? The district attorney's office?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a defendant who is being illegally prosecuted by the DA and denied my exculpatory evidence for 5 years. This is being handled directly by Jackie Lacey, okay? She knows me personally.
Okay, one moment, sir.
So you people are in deep trouble.
District Attorney's Office, Investigator Newton.
Excuse me?
Investigator Newton, may I help you?
What is your name again?
Newton, N-E-W-T-O-N.
Okay, I just got to get it straight, detective.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, you guys have some major, serious federal legal problems with me down there, okay?
Okay.
I'm reading right here the Brady stuff. 14, federal. 5 years you haven't supplied me my exculpatory evidence to Margo Latson's phone records. You're in serious violation with 20 judges for 5 years. I'm 71. That makes that elder abuse, which means you each get 3 years in prison, doesn't it? Do you know your law, lady? Are you familiar with Section 271 of the 2009 City Charter, where only the city attorney can prosecute any misdemeanor committed in the city of LA? Are you familiar with that, Miss Newton? Yes or no, please?
What can I help you with today, sir?
Are you familiar with the law?
Sir, what can I help you with today?
I want your agency to follow the law. Let me give you another one, Miss Newton, because you're being recorded, okay? On 1/8/19, in Judge Roberto Logorio's courtroom, you had a DA, Mr. A. Jordan, prosecuting me. First, he's a district attorney, illegal and a misdemeanor. Second, I run his name through the California State Bar. Guess what? He's not authorized to practice in court. Do you hear me? I got another one, Mr. Vignazzi, from your office, prosecuting me illegally, refusing to supply the exculpatory evidence. Are you familiar with AB 1909, lady? That says the judge is ordered to immediately have your district attorney arrested on a felony and send his bar license to the state bar to have it removed. And you won't do it for 5 years. Now, I'm a real public guy. And if you remember the jail project that got shut down 4 years ago, you're talking to the guy that shut it down, with Jackie Lacey coming out and supporting me, huh? My friend Celeste King IV put on a fundraiser for her when I was there. And she lied to everyone. Now, you're either going to follow the law, or you're all going to go down like Mueller and them. Are you watching TV, lady, lately? Why don't you go to my website, fraudbuster.org, and George Bazzetti YouTube, and you don't have to go and look it up on your TV. You can listen to what happened in Congress yesterday. Well, it's all about lawyers like you who break the law and are going to prison. Now, I'm 71, refused health care for 5 years. And I'm going to be in your filthy court tomorrow for the 4th month that your filthy Susan McEnany from mental health, from Dr. Sharon, who's going to be going away too and losing his license, because the Board of Supervisors called me an avatar, then had me arrested and thrown into your mental hospital and forced onto drugs that are bound to kill elderly people. Do you hear me? Now you've given me diseases that are causing me severe problems, and for 5 years you prevented me from having health care, along with the illegal prosecutions. No Brady material exculpatory evidence is demanded. With all of you working together, because now I track out Kevin Brazil, the presiding judge, and he made his career protecting cops that kill people for 19 years. And he dropped a load and ran out of the Board of Supervisors last Tuesday when I confronted him in public, okay? Now you can go watch this all on TV. I'm not talking a bunch of trash. Now tell me, Miss Newton, is your agency going to start to follow the law or not? That's what I want the answer to recorded right now. Because if you don't give me the proper answer, Miss Newton, your bar license is going up there too. Do you hear me? Now, I can hear the fear in your voice because you know that I'm a serious damn dude. And lady, you want to see how serious I am? Enter George Bazzetti into Google. You're going to spend the rest of the week just looking there. Now, how am I in your mental health court when in 2015 I was declared competent so fast I didn't get a jury trial? And 3 months later, your filthy public defender, Esther Chamorro, tries to send me back again. Do you know what double jeopardy is, lady? Do you know the laws for competency? Do you know that I have 4 of your clerks of the courts erasing my files? Do you know that? Do you know that the latest case, 8CJ07937, is filed with your evidence being perjury by LA Unified as for the last 5 years? Can you people read? Huh? And when I go to pull my case file from the court, guess what's missing, lady? The evidence that I have. You see, your stupid cop swore under penalty of perjury that I showed up at this meeting at noon. But your investigative report says 9:45. And you refer to my videos. Only you forgot that the video next to the one you're referring to is the hour and 13-minute video of me recording the meeting that you say under penalty of perjury I was never at. Do you understand how dumb this is? And you can go watch a video of Chief Beck, former chief of LAPD, erasing the audio to the 5/5/15 police commission meeting. Do you know what a PC-132 is, lady? That's a felony with no statute of limitations. Why aren't you arresting Chief Beck right now? Then, in May of this year, Chief Beck sends me a letter, and it says, Mr. Bassetti, yes, we agree there's a 2003 DOJ agreement on internal affairs. Are you familiar with that one, lady? Huh? Because you've been allowing cops to kill people, and I got the numbers. You see, all I had to do is pull the LAPD arrest records. How do you think I know there's 1.2 million misdemeanors? And because I met Stan the Man, Janice Hahn's #1 guy in the probation department, and because people talk to me like when they throw me in the jails, okay? Do you know, I am a witness to 2 homicides by sheriffs in your damn jails, lady? Yeah, with the DOJ right now. Now, you harm me. You see what's happening to Manafort right now? Do you know what an 18 U.S.C. 1512 is, huh? Do you know? Why, that's 20. Now, you harm me. In 18 U.S.C. 1510 through 21 is also included. You hurt me, it can be life in prison. You kill me, it's the death penalty, federally. Not state, federal. And since I've taken all this to the feds, I think you're in a pile of stuff. Now, you're either going to clean up your mess and follow the law or not. And Miss Newton, now it's your license on the line. Do you understand me? Because there ain't no bullshit in this, Miss Newton. I got my tape recorder running. And they're all time date stamped, okay? And you people have almost killed me through lack of health care and feed me drugs that can kill me. Now this mess is going to stop. And if you don't help it stop, I'm guaranteeing you that by the time I'm done and the public learns about this garbage going on in this so-called liberal progressive town, because you ask anybody who knows where the money is, I have you stealing the homeless money, okay? I have you stealing the arts for inner city youth money. I have LA Unified stealing the bond money, buying iPads illegally, and you people don't do nothing. And I got the 2,500 emails to you fools protecting my rights according to federal U.S. Supreme Court decisions which state that if I as a defendant don't keep bringing up these issues, I don't have the right to them. Well, lady, maybe you should go start reading all the crap I sent to you, because you're in deep trouble. Do I sound like an incompetent fool, lady? Because I've had 3 of your stupid judges tell me they're going to put me in there for the rest of my life. And for 4 months, your stupid psychiatrist is supposed to interview me and hasn't done it. Now, answer me. How does the judge who sends me to Division 95 immediately get transferred to Division 95 and then be assigned my case, declare me competent, declare me incompetent on quintuple jeopardy, lady? Now, when somebody at a higher level than you gets their hands on this, what do you think they're going to do to y'all? If you don't do something right now. Now, you've listened to enough to sink a ship, Miss Newton. And if you're any kind of a detective, you know that you're smelling a big rat and it ain't me. Because if you think so, why don't you just go up to my website and read all of the transcripts, including Marsden hearings. I'm the world record holder of Marsden hearings. Do you know that? Do you know any defendant and misdemeanors for 5 years with 12 Marsden hearings, huh? All run illegally? Do you know that your office is demanded by your own memos I can send you? That the minute you know this, you are demanded to stop the prosecution, investigate, and turn it around immediately? Are you aware of that, Miss Newton, huh? Do you know your own directives in your own agency, or do I need to send them to you? Do you have an email address? I'll do it to you right now. Since you people seem to be so incompetent down there. Because I don't hear you saying, Mr. Bassetti, we're going to clean up that mess if that's what's happened. Why aren't you saying that to me, Miss Newton? Are you going to be a co-conspirator, Miss Newton? Because I'm calling on you right now while it's being recorded. Are you going to be a co-conspirator with crimes on an innocent civil rights leader, Miss Newton? Are you familiar with the Office of Public Safety that used to exist, Miss Newton? Are you? Do you know why it doesn't exist anymore, Miss Newton? Because after those officers came to all you fools for 10 years, they came to Celeste King IV and George Bassetti at Cork, California over King bail bonds. And 9 months later, there's no more police agency, lady. Can you say anything? Or are you just wasting my time and putting yourself into a seriously compromised legal position in which you have a fiduciary duty under Bar License Rule 5-110. Do you know what that bar rule is, lady? Do you know what that bar rule is? It says you're to supply my exculpatory evidence or lose your bar license, lady. Now, your rear is on the line and your license too. Are you licensed to perform before the bar, Miss Newton? Answer, lady. What are you doing, Miss Newton?
I'm listening to you, sir.
Well, when I ask you to respond, you have a fiduciary obligation under the bar rules to respond, lady. Now, you're breaking the goddamn law. If you're are you licensed to practice before the bar, Miss Newton?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to lose your bar license, Miss Newton?
No, sir.
Are you familiar with bar rule 5-110, Miss Newton?
No.
I fucking think I'm going to give you a couple minutes. You in front of a computer?
No.
Why don't you know the rules you're supposed to operate under, Miss Newton? I'm recording you not knowing a damn thing about your own job. Do you know why law schools are shutting down right now, Miss Newton? Do you know how simple the bar to pass the bar is now, and you still can't pass the bar? And all the crap goes to your agencies, don't they? Because anybody worth a damn wouldn't work for those crap wages. Because you people couldn't cut it in the real world, see? Let me tell you what bar rule 5-110 is. You lose your license if you don't supply my exculpatory evidence. And now I got you recorded being a district attorney with a bar license, and if you don't get it for George Bassetti, I'm taking your license legally. I don't have to play any illegal games like you. Because I'm the most competent person around in this shit. I'm the only non-attorney that used to go to all the lawyer training sessions. Do you hear me? I'm the only person that have ever have LA Unified audited by the California State Auditor. And if you don't believe me, call Jan Goldsmith. Why? He's the former city attorney of San Diego. Judge and former chairman of the Assembly Banking and Finance Committee. I don't think you deal with people like that, do you? And for 6 years, Celeste King and I were critical with Sheriff Baca writing legislation. I got about 20 bills behind me. Now, it sounded to me like I know a hell of a lot more about the law than you do and your own damn business. Now, Miss Newton, consider that Bar Rule 5-110 exists, which I can read it to you. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah, read it to me.
Let me pull it up, okay? I like to be fair to people, okay? I like to be fair to people. I give them a chance. And if they don't perform, you think about what I did to the Office of Public Safety. You hear me? State Bar of California. I'm being fair to you. Rules of professional conduct. If you want me to send it to you, just with your name, all I need is your first name, and I got your email address, don't I? Okay, rule approved by the Supreme Court effective November 2nd, 2017. The prosecutor in a criminal case shall, A, now, institute or continue to prosecute a charge that a prosecutor knows is not supported by probable cause. You ought to see the LA Times article that I have on Kamala Harris breaking that law. She ain't going to be running for press when I'm done with her. B, make reasonable efforts to assure that the accused has been advised of the right to and procedure for obtaining counsel and has been given reasonable opportunity to obtain counsel. C, now, seek to obtain from an unrepresented accused a waiver of important pretrial rights unless the tribunal has approved the appearance of the accused in propria persona. D, make timely disclosure to the defense of all evidence or information known to the prosecutor that the prosecutor knows or reasonably should know tends to negate the guilt of the accused, comma, mitigate the offense, comma. Do you know how important commas are legally, lady? Have you seen that that's a $10,000 deal in commas? Oh yeah, you should see the case law on it. I got it. Do you read Law 360, by the way? Do you know what that is? You don't even know. See, daily, I read Law 360 and CCAP.
Okay.
I know every case law federally and state-wise. Okay? Mitigate the offense, comma, or mitigate the sentence, comma, except when the prosecutor is relieved of this responsibility by a protective order of the tribunal, and E, exercise reasonable care to prevent persons under the supervision or direction of the prosecutor, comma, including investigators, comma, law enforcement personnel, comma, employees or other persons assisting or associated with the prosecutor in a criminal case from making an extrajudicial statement that the prosecutor would be prohibited from making under Bar Rule 5-120. F. When a prosecutor knows of new, credible, and material evidence creating a reasonable likelihood that a convicted defendant did not commit offense of which the defendant was convicted, the prosecutor shall. Do you know the legal meaning of the word shall, lady? Do you? It means you don't have a choice, doesn't it? Do I need to get out my Black's Law Dictionary and teach you that too? 1. Promptly disclose that evidence to an appropriate court or authority, and 2. If the conviction was obtained in the prosecutor's jurisdiction, A. Promptly disclose that evidence to the defendant, me, unless a court authorizes delay, they haven't, and B. undertake further investigation, or make reasonable efforts to cause an investigation, to determine whether the defendant was convicted of an offense that the defendant did not commit. That's my situation for 5 years. G. When a prosecutor knows of clear and convincing evidence establishing the defendant in the prosecutor's jurisdiction was convicted of an offense the defendant did not commit, the prosecution shall seek to remedy the conviction. Do I need to read you the discussion of the law also? Now, 5 years ago, in December 2013, 3 phone calls were made to Tamar Galatzan's LAUSD board office. Tamar Galatzan is also an assistant LA city attorney who is collecting full-time pay for part-time work at the city attorney's office, just like Jose Huizar was. If you remember when Jose Huizar was a city attorney and board president, he suddenly quit his city attorney's job. Do you know why that happened? Because a week before I said to Jose, you collected full-time pay for part-time work? Damn, the next thing you know, he's out at a law firm in Pasadena and out of the city attorney's job. Tamar Galatzan was doing the same damn thing and pushing iPads against the 2004 Attorney General's opinion that states you cannot use school construction bonds to buy anything that's for a general fund item. When they declare that they're going to use school construction bonds to buy iPads to replace textbooks, they broke the law. Do you follow? Now, in December 2013, these phone calls are made. When they come back to work, the minute they come in and hear the answering machine, they'll say, that's George Bazzetti. Okay, that's okay for them to say that, because they got a voice that sort of sounds like me, but not really, because they picked the voice, okay? And here's how we know. Because in January 15th, they go to a judge, magistrate, with the information, are you familiar with the law and terminology, to have my phone records searched. On January 20th, they come back with 60 pages, including GPS, of my phone, a month before and after the incident. I never called her. They have GPS on where I was. We offered a phone search on the other phone in the house. They never wanted it. Now, a real investigator would immediately go to Tamar Galatzan's phone records, correct? Well, you stupid people decide that you're not even going to get somebody to do a voice analysis. I hire the best guy. Your best guy. You throw out my evidence. Then the DA illegally prosecuted me, hires 2 former FBI guys that made their career from 1970 on electronic voice analysis, and do you know what I have from them under penalty of perjury, lady? And your DA, Dennis Schmidt, states under penalty of perjury, there's no such thing as electronic voice analysis. Do you know what Operation Voco is? Lady, huh? You see these TV ads where they make everything move and talk? You get an hour sample of anybody moving and talking, and you can make them say and do anything you want. Now there's a tool called Speech Pro. Why, it's only used by 80 national security agencies across the world, including ours. How do you think they ID'd Jihadi John? I hired the guy that uses that equipment. Damn it if it isn't the best in the world. Of course, your people said it doesn't exist. How much money did the DA's office spend on that garbage? Now you got perjury charges. Do you follow? Now, I just read you Bar Rule 5-110. You know I wasn't making that up. Because all you got to do is type in Bar Rule 5-110 on your computer and you're going to pull the same damn thing up. Now, what I read you obliges you to go get Tamar Galotzin's phone records, which guess what? Since you made me go get my court records after you convicted me the first time without the evidence, Judge Barilla, who allowed the trial to go ahead without the exculpatory evidence, which you're demanded to give 30 days before trial. Am I not correct, lady? Under Brady, right? That's federal. You can't play with federal law. I have your own internal directives going back to Cooley on this shit, okay? I run circles around you stupid lawyers. I'm doing it right now because you don't even know the common law. But no matter what, since you have a bar license, you work for the DA, you've just heard about crimes by a lot of your people, haven't you? And if you don't do something about it, lady, I got your damn name written down and I got you recorded. Do you hear me? And let me tell you another one. Are you familiar with the case? Oh, yeah. Do you know what Kalina versus Fletcher is? Are you familiar with that federal case? Let me tell you what it says, and you can look it up when you go home because you better, because you're gonna have trouble with your diapers. Kalina versus Fletcher says, prosecutor breaks your civil rights. You have no more absolute immunity. Do you hear me? San Jose versus Superior Court just last year. You use your personal cell phone for government business. I own all your cell phone, text, and email. Do you got that one, lady? This is what's coming your way. And when incompetence takes on competence in court, do you know what happens, lady? Incompetence gets wiped out. Now, why don't you just go over to Mr. Schmidt today and tell him you don't want to lose your damn bar license and to give you, that's Dennis Schmidt, DENIS-SHMIDT, okay? That was case number 4EAO 06931. Because I have the proof that they have my phone records, that they're demanded by subpoenas and never delivered. Now you're hearing a nightmare for your agency, aren't you? And if you're not, then boy, we really got to take you down bad, because this is more common than I think it is. We're going to take all of you and put you in jail, because let me tell you something, lady. Every single one of your fools working there that prosecuted any misdemeanor committed in this city is in deep shit. And because I put it on the record at the Board of Supervisors and City Council so many times to make your head spin, you got no way out. And because I don't rely on them, because I video these meetings and what is said and load them up to my own YouTube site, lady, you're screwed. Because if something happens to me tomorrow, I got enough people coming with me to court that no matter, if let's say you kill me, let's say you take me in there and kill me, you're all going to get the death penalty. Because I set you all up with all the evidence, all in public. And this phone call right now, it's getting loaded right up to the web. Because I ain't taking this shit no more. I'm 71 and dying from no health care. Do you hear me? Have you ever heard of a 71-year-old person being refused health care for 5 years for any reason? Huh, lady? Do you know what SLAPP law is, lady? Do you? S-L-A-P-P? Do you know what that is, lady? Yes or no, please? You're scared to death, aren't you? And if I were you, I'd be more than scared to death of me. Not because I'm going to do anything to you physically. I don't need to. I know every hole in this government, everywhere to go to, and every goddamn law involved with you people, and I just gave it to you. Now, the only thing that should be coming out of your mouth is, I'm going to take care of Bar Rule 5-110 and get you your exculpatory evidence, Mr. Bazzetti, and I'm going to make sure we shut off everything until we find out what the hell is going on. Isn't that what I just read you, lady, huh? Can you speak? Do you have a mind? Do you know a thing? Or give me to your boss right now. What are you doing, lady?
I'm listening to you.
What do you intend on doing about what I said to you?
Whatever you want me to do, sir.
Get my exculpatory evidence. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm serious. This isn't a... Are you laughing at me or are you serious?
I'm serious.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm ready to cry, lady, if you are. Lady, I'm in serious trouble physically, okay? I've been thrown into your jails, saved a man from dying, with your sheriffs yelling at me. I'm a white guy, in a suit, named OG of the Twin Towers. You people threw me in, you know the gang LADA? You know those guys, don't you? The last time in jail, you threw me in with 100 of them. What do you think would happen to a normal white guy, lady? They're dead. Do you know, the gang leader said, "Hey, George, come sit with us." I taught them law. They asked me to join. You ever heard of such a thing? You know who the Sun Valley Vicious are, don't you? Diablo, you got him for 62 years, don't you? He became my buddy. I had all those gangsters in there beg me to help stop the violence, and you want to continue it. Now, I'm not yelling at you, lady, because you offered to help me, okay? But can you understand the anger of going through this for 5 years? And just 2 weeks ago, my friend that I live with is riding to the bank, and a stupid-ass captain of Beverly Hills in his SUV doesn't signal or look and hits him! Breaks his leg! Breaks his ribs! They won't even take him to the hospital. He had to ride to the hospital from Wilshire to the freeway to Kaiser on his bike with a busted leg and ribs. Do you think we're pissed at you people? Now, I appreciate that you're serious. You're going to go get this evidence for me? You really are? And you need to get to your people and tell them to shut off whatever's happening in that court tomorrow. Or there's going to be some real hell to pay. Because this criminality of your office has to stop. And I have the absolute proof that your office has illegally prosecuted 1.2 million misdemeanors, lady. Do you know what's going to happen when that hits national TV if you guys jack me off again? Do you understand what's going to happen? The country's gonna rip you all apart. It's your job, like Mueller, to save your agency. So when could I expect to hear from you? Because all you got to do is call Dennis Schmidt, okay? You have his name. I'm going to give you the DA's name. Dennis Schmidt. The public defender is Esther Chamorro, Chamorro. They told me they have the phone records and all they had to do was, you know, when you block out the other people's stuff on the phone records, you know what I mean? But they never showed them to protect these people. And you're not going to get away with it. And I don't care if you kill me or not anymore, do you hear? You people say I'm infirm, incompetent, gravely disabled, and psychotic. That means I can't clothe or feed myself. I live in a $2 million house and maintain it. It's the finest house in Carthay Circle. Have you ever been there? Our friggin' chimneys are tiled. We have an 8-foot wall around this place. It's known as the finest house around town, with probably the largest swimming pool. And I'm one of the top stained glass artists in the world, and known as one of the top legal minds of this town. So your people are playing the wrong game. So I need to let you get to work. So all I need to know is, what are you going to do for me, and when can I hear back from you? What's the delay in speech? There's something wrong here. Miss Newton? Well, isn't that interesting, these people, huh? Miss Newton, huh? Let's go check her fucking bar license.